Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the Soviet Su-101 SPA. So this was the Uralmash type. You can tell it's a T-34 hull with a 101 millimeter gun on the top. 1/35th scale. I've never actually done a Trumpeter tank before, so I'm pretty interested in seeing exactly what this is like. I heard this is a very interesting build, and it has Lincoln length tracks. So yes. Here is the history for the tank. Never saw service. Interesting. This is, photo etch with this, and you also have decals, which is pretty nice. And then this is the 2016 tooling. Alrighty. I got this at a show, so let's take a look at what we have in here. So, first things first. We have the Trumpeter new products stuff. And this is the one that we have, and this is just all the stuff that they have. Yeah, and then here is your painting scheme. I would like the nice print that they give you for the poster. So you have the treads, and basically it's just one color. Yeah, one color. It's not too bad to paint. Yeah. Okay, instructions. Surprisingly short. So, here's your sprues. You build the wheels, build the idler, build the sprocket, build the torsion bars on there, and then the sprocket gear set over there. You don't actually cement the sprocket. Interesting. And then you build the wheels and then the idler on the back, both sides. So, here's your Lincoln length track demonstrated, and you can see it's not that many tracks because Soviet tracks are pretty wide. But yeah, you put those on there, and then the top, you get spare track, and then the top like mufflers go on there, and then some small parts as well. Then you put the photo etch on, and the hooks for towing, additional hatch, crew hatches, and then a fuel tank, and then light. Then you build like another cargo container, and it has photo etch on there. Photo etch handles, that's pretty good. Here you build the gun locking mechanism, I think, and then the cleaning rod. Then you build put the fuel tanks on there. You build the machine gun. Machine gun goes on the top. Then you build a barrel, and then barrel matlet plate. Two parts come together. Barrel tip. That all goes on right there. And then you put the back door and then additional fuel tanks in the back. Top hull goes on the bottom, and then you're finished. All right, that looks pretty cool. Let's take a look at our parts. So, first, we have the upper hull and the lower hull. And so when we pull the upper hull out, you'll see the weld marks on here are very nice, and you have the grill in here. The grill would go on top, and then you also have the parts for the hatches to open and close. Since Soviet tank, no rivets, but the weld marks do look very realistic on this. It's all really pushed back, which is kind of funny looking. Yeah, and you have the indentations for all the parts to go in. That's good. Alrighty, this part is the lower hull. Lower hull doesn't have that much stuff except for the lower, like rivets. Edges don't have much stuff because it's all going to be covered, but it'll fit very nicely like this. Yeah, it fits very cleanly. Kind of reminds me of a Tamiya, honestly, just how well it fits. It doesn't look like you'll need much putty. We're very well engineered. Alrighty, moving on from here, we also have some smaller additional stuff. So you have your clear parts, that's like the headlamp, and then you have your photo etch part, that's the handles, and then the grill right here. Sounds weird when you touch that. Here you have your decals. Let me get those out and take a look at the decals. So the decals is the Soviet emblem and then the Soviet star on it. Okay. And yeah, they look printed pretty nicely. Alrighty, let's keep moving. Here we have the tracks. You'll get actually only 2 sprues of track, but since it's link and length, assembling it wouldn't be too difficult. Hobby boss. So here you have like the interlocking pieces, and then like the ridges, wheels would be on there, and then you have your single parts for going around the wheel, and then here is your big top part, flat part for the bottom, and then the interleaving areas between the idler. That's pretty nice that they have all the stuff here. And you just get 2 of them. They have very good detail, and you have like all the little ridges on in there. Even the edge ridges are also on there, so that's very good. Like the little pins on the side are also molded, so that's very good. Yeah, good looking. Next sprue here, we have the sprocket and idler wheel, the area for the sprocket, fuel tank and barrel, and then some additional small hooks on here. This is the C sprue, and you'll get 2 of them. The barrel just has like 1 ridge on there. It's not really well detailed, and you need to sand the edges off a little bit. But the idler wheel, it does have pretty sharp details on here, so that's good. Okay, moving on here. You can start to tell it's a Trumpeter kit because it has foam on it, and only Trumpeter does it with this foam. Let's take this off. Okay, so on here we have our gun matlet cover plate, and then the area that the gun protrudes out of. You have your gun barrel right here, spare track links, and it's actually very realistic because there's actually a gap between those spare track links. When you think about that, you can actually see slightly behind it. Anyways, here's also your machine gun, the mufflers on the top, ammo crates, antenna for the radio. The matlet cover has very good rivet detail, which is very good. And then, yeah. And you'll also have the barrel cap right there. And just small parts around the hull. So yeah, it looks very sharp detail, although the barrel doesn't have much on it. And that's the back door. Alrighty, moving on. You will get a total of 4 of these sprues. So I'll just open this one. This is the B sprue. The B sprue has your wheels, so your road wheels, and then your so like that's the road wheels, and then the rims for them, and then the torsion bar suspensions. I think that's a lamp or something, or a light. Yeah, and the hook for the front, and you'll get 4 of these guys. So the road wheels, they have pretty good rivet details, very nice raised rivet details. You can see like every bolt head on there, which is very nice. Yeah, this looks like it's about it for this unboxing. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's quite an interesting, very niche subject tank, but for having link and length track, I think this is gonna be very, very good to assemble. It's not gonna be as difficult as previously thought with Trumpeter tanks or Hobby Boss, Hobby Boss. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. It looks pretty nice. Never built something like this, so I'd give it a try. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.